Sky News has spoken to a British-Israeli soldier who was one of the first members of the military to engage with Hamas in last week's attack. The soldier, who has not been fully identified for safety reasons, spoke to correspondent Alistair Bunkall.
We're getting calls over the radio that they are identifying hundreds upon hundreds of terrorists running and breaching the border, breaking down the fence and coming towards Israel. We drive towards where we were given the report, and as we turn the corner, they opened fire on us. I told my driver to hit the gas, and we tried to bypass them.
As Hamas fighters poured across the Gaza border last Saturday morning, Yoav, a young British Jew who came to Israel to serve his country, was one of the first soldiers to come into contact with them. As
we're driving forward, we lose control of our vehicle as an RPG hits the front of our vehicle, which caused us to crash. And we can see from behind us that they're running into the kibbutz. And then we get hit by another RPG, which caused my driver to get injured. It ripped off half of his arm and half of his leg. And I called over the radio to one of the other company commanders and I explained to him the situation.
Yoav was also injured. Shrapnel from a grenade or an RPG, he can't remember which, hit his forehead. A bullet lodged itself in the side of his neck.
I remember just constantly touching, waiting for the blood to explode out the side, and that never happened.
By now, it was only 7 a.m. With one driver seriously injured and a dead radio operator, they headed back to their base. The fight, though, was just beginning.
As we're driving to the base, we're continuing to be hit by live fire, and we break through the gates of the base and we drive inside, and we see a sight of total anarchy. Vehicles in flames and soldiers scattered around. We do our best to centralize all the injured people and bring the paramedics, the whole medical team, to start treating them. And all the meantime, we're doing our best to take back the base as much as we could. But we were a very small force, so we were quite limited with our options.
Around 6 p.m. on Saturday evening, Yoav was finally airlifted to hospital, almost 12 hours after the battle had begun.
Can you rejoin? Do you want to rejoin whilst this war's going on? Do you need time to recover?
I want to rejoin. All my soldiers are still there. I need a bit longer to recover. But hopefully in the next week or two, I'll be strong enough and able enough to be able to go back and join them. And so it's important for me to get back to them as soon as I can.